So let's open. Okay, so we have VPC, public subnet, private subnet, even we have a NAT instance, right? So I want to check whether this NAT instance is working or not. So for that, let's create EC2 instance, one in public, the other one in private subnets. So launch the instance. Select one of the AMIs, Amazon Machine Image. Again, so instance types. So general purpose I'll be talking about tomorrow or after this concept. I'm going with general purpose. Instance details, number of instances 1. Even I talk about spot instances soon. So network, where I want this instance, which VPC. We want that in NAT demo VPC. Again the subnet. So I want one in the public subnet. So auto assign public IP. For now I'm saying enable it. Otherwise, later point we should create elastic IP and attach it. If you don't want dynamically changing public IP, we should go for elastic IP. That we discussed. So enable it. IAM role we didn't cover yet. We'll be seeing that later. Tenancy, all those things I'm keeping it default. Add storage. Okay, add tags. Let me call this as public instance. Next, go to security groups. You can create a new one or you can use the existing one there. We have a couple of, just check something suits our need. Okay. Yeah, we create a NAT demo security group, right? So for now, we are allowing all the traffic, just testing it, right? So don't keep it open for all. So whenever we build any infrastructure, make sure what traffic you want to accept, accordingly put your security groups. But here it's fine, we're just testing it. So this instance is associated with this particular security group which accepts all kind of protocols. All. Review and launch it. Yeah, just say launch. Key pair. So the key pair is used for passwordless SSH. So when you SSH a machine, one option is provide username password. The other option is provide username and a key pair, which acts like a password. So, I mean, the best practice is using a key pair. They say don't use passwords. Use a key pair, which is a file located in your machine. Use it and connect. So DevOps demo.
Just one question: when I create an instance and I create my key pair, if somebody else wants to access my instance,
they cannot.
They cannot.
They cannot.
The idea is not to allow them.
Or we should share that key pair with them. That is the case. Or we can add users probably. See, let's say I'm admin for this EC2 instance, for example. So I want others to access it. What I can do is I can create a couple of users or IAM roles and allocate to them. Let them access this EC2 instance. There are different approaches for that. See, generally, this is kind of infrastructure where your software runs actually. So may not be. People will think that I SSH into that. Only we use these things for troubleshooting maybe. Or putting some scripts there kind of. Not everyone will need access to this. Maybe DevOps might need it. Our infrastructure team might need it. Not everyone. Right. So yeah, we have a public instance now. The NAT is already running for us. Yesterday we created it. It's running there. Okay, we also have public IP. That's clear, right? So shall I ping it and see whether I'm able to ping this particular IP or not? First test. First, let's verify whatever instance we created, whether it's pingable or not. Open your terminal or command prompt. So take the IP address of this. See, yes, I'm getting a response, right? I'm able to reach it. Just I'm testing whether there is a connectivity or not. Okay. So let's say I want to SSH into that. How to do that? How to do that? SSH, the key pair identity. I for identity, where is that? Sorry. Downloads DevOps demo.pem file, right? What's the username? By default for Amazon, see for Amazon machine images, Amazon Linux, sorry. By default, the username is EC2 hyphen user. EC2 hyphen user at the rate, sorry. What happened to that? Copy this. Let me copy public IP. What it says. Oh. Yes, I'm able to log into that. So anyways, this is a public, this is easy to instance in public subnet that's going to have internet connection. How to check that also? Ping google.com. Yes, right? We're getting response there. So it's I'm able to reach that google.com, meaning we have internet connection. So anyways, the instance in public subnet always has internet. That's fine. But what is our test here? We have an instance in private subnet. So whether that has internet connection or not. So what is next now? So create EC2 instance in private subnet. Go there and verify your internet connection. So launch instance again. Select this again. So same the general purpose. One instance I need. So network I need it under VPC NAT demo itself. Now the subnet is different. Earlier it was public subnet. Now I want this under a private subnet. Of course, I don't need public IP, correct? It's in a private subnet. It's not exposed to outside VPC, so I don't need a public IP address here. So I'm saying auto assign public IP, which is disabled. Remaining, leaving it as a default one. Add storage tags. Let me call it as private instance. Configure security group. Again, I want to use the same one, whatever we used for the first. I go with NAT demo security group itself, which allows kind of all traffic there. Review and launch. Okay, there is a warning which says it is open to the world. Anyways, it's a demo we are doing, that's fine. I want to use the same file again. I want to use same key pair for this instance also. For example, if your requirement is To use a different key pair, we can do that. But I'm going with the same key pair. What I should do is I should copy this file into my EC2 instance. From there, I should ping that private subnet which has this instance. So launch it. Few instances. Yeah, this private instance is spinning up. So meanwhile, let me do one thing. So I want to ping my private subnet or instance in private subnet from instance in public subnet, right? Right now we have this key pair on my laptop, but I need this key pair where? In our public subnet, right? You understood my point? See this. This is our workstation, let's say, or this is my workstation. So where is this file? It is on my workstation, right? Now we have a cloud. We have VPC, let's say. So this is our VPC. We have one EC2 instance here. Or there is a public subnet. So there is a private subnet. All right. So there is one EC2 here. There is one more EC2. Where? The private. So which one we are trying to test? We are trying to test EC2 in private. I can ping the EC2 in public subnet from my workstation, correct? Because it is associated with public IP. It is also exposed to internet. Using internet and public IP, I can reach that machine. But what about the EC2 in private? Can I directly access it right now? No, I cannot because it is not associated with public IP, correct? Or it's not directly exposed to the internet. I cannot access that. What we should do now? First, SSH your EC2 in public subnet. From EC2 in public subnet, SSH your EC2 in private. I mean, of course, this is a lengthy process as of now. They go there, from there check for internet. But on my workstation, I have DevOps demo.pem. I can ping, I can SSH EC2 in public subnet. From EC2 in public subnet, I need to do the same, right? What I need there, PEM file is required. Getting my point? So the same key pair is required even on this public subnet. What we should do now? Copy this file there and from there ping. That's what I'm trying to do now. Understood or not? Both the instances using same key pair. Remember that. So I need key pair on my workstation plus I need a key pair from EC2, which is in the public
When
subnet.
we created the private EC2 and private subnet.
Right.
Created using our term factor.
Right. Yes.
And we are also using the NAT security group in this private subnet or private EC2, private instance.
Security group. Yes. Yes. Correct.
So the only difference is that the public IP, which we made it as a private.
No, the other one is also it is not having internet, right? It's not having internet gateway.
The internet gateway is decided in the security group.
No. Routing table, right?
Routing table.
Yes. So public subnet has a routing table which has a route for internet. Private subnet has a routing table which doesn't have a route for internet. That's there. At least you understood what I should do now, correct? So copy this PEM file, put it in this public subnet's EC2 instance. From there we can play. Let me do one thing. So go to downloads, DevOps, this one, right? So this is a public key. What we can do is copy this. One, we can do FTP and move. I'm not doing that. So copy this content. Control A. Copy this. Now, yeah, we are already into that public EC2 instance, right? Let me say vi dot pen. I'm creating a file. File name can be anything. Only the content matters for us, not the file name. I'm creating DevOps -demo.pem. Yeah, I copied the complete file there. Save it, quit the file. We are there now. So I am already in the EC2 instance which is in public subnet. From there I want to talk to the EC2 in private. What I need IP address of that. Anyways, let me show the command. SSH. Yeah, the file name. Again, we used Amazon Linux. The username is same. EC2 user at. I should know the private IP of that one. Private instance, right? Can you see this private IP? Copy this. Pasted it, right? Are you sure you want to continue connecting? Say yes. Yes. Oh, permission denied. But it says it is required that your private key file not accessible file. Okay. Change mode. See, our IP is 247, right? The instance in public subnet is 240. So we are pinging into 248. Even the subnet is different. It is in subnet 1. This is in subnet. Yes, we logged into that. So now I need to verify that internet connection. How to check that? In google.com. Yes, we have internet connection. So our exercise is completed. One second. NAT Gateway. NAT Gateway. The process is same, right? We create a NAT instance, we modify routing table. Similarly, we are going to create NAT gateway and add it to the routing table. The same. We have everything to test now. We need to just change the NAT instance with NAT gateway. That's the only difference we should do.
One small question from the previous exercise. .pm or PEM file. I use it. It's not accepting. I have to every time convert to PPK. What is the difference?
Okay, probably you're logging in from PuTTY.
Yes.
So what PuTTY does is it doesn't support .pem. So PuTTY supports only .pkk, right? PKK. PPK, sorry. So it supports PPK. So that's the reason we should convert PEM into PPK. There is PuTTY gen, right? Using that, convert, then start using that. So PuTTY doesn't support PEM. Okay, take this point. So how to create NAT gateway? Under VPC dashboard, there is NAT gateways. How we create a NAT instance? We created from community AMIs, right? We went there we searched for NAT instance and we did that one. NAT gateway. This is under VPC dashboard. NAT gateway. Click this. As simple as that. Create a NAT gateway. So similarly, we used public subnet for NAT instance also. That's what it says again. So we need to choose a public subnet to create this NAT gateway. So do you remember?
NAT demo.
Yes, yeah, this is the one. So elastic IP. We already have it. I can choose. If you don't have it, you can create from here. So remember that even we associated public IP with NAT. We did that. So that's the case even for NAT gateway. Yes. The NAT gateway has been created. Edit routing, obviously. I should go and modify the route tables. So which one I should modify? The private, right? I need to modify the routing table of my private subnet. Earlier it was using NAT instance. Routes, see. It's using NAT instance. Edit this guy. So one is NAT instance, the other one is NAT gateway. The first one is internet gateway. Don't use that. The last one, NAT gateway. And save. That's it. So if you repeat the exercise again, you should be able to ping to google.com because you're going to have internet access. So that is the exercise about NAT gateway, NAT instance. Now let's see the differences there and which one to prefer. Take this point. It's a NAT instance, right?
You studied something about NAT.
NAT is network access control list, where we say allow this, deny this. This is kind of security group, but it comes at subnet level. It has options to allow, deny. So I can control inbound as well as I can control outbound. And security group doesn't have explicitly deny. You can just put an entry that matches, it will allow. If it doesn't match, it will deny. Okay. 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 Okay, NAT instance. See, NAT instance. See, who is responsible for maintaining this? We are responsible. If we are using NAT instance, we are responsible for the maintenance. Like, let's say there is a security update or there is some other patches, we need to regularly we need to regularly update them. So it is in our control. If NAT fails, we should look into that. Take this point. NAT instance, right? We are responsible for maintaining NAT instances. We are responsible for maintaining NAT instance. I mean to say, if there is any issue with your NAT, we should look into that. So AWS doesn't take any control there. It's in our control. Next one. Let's say I want to make it highly available. What is that highly available? Let's say one NAT instance fails. In that case, I want the other one as a backup. Without facing problems, if one fails, automatically it should fail over to other one. So if you want to make it highly available, we should write some scripts and we should make it highly available. See this thing, NAT, right? Everything on our head. Second point. If you want to make NAT highly available, if we want to make NAT highly available, we have to create a couple of NAT instances. We have to create a couple of NAT instances and implement some scripts If one NAT instance fails, it should automatically fail over to other NAT instance. If one NAT instance fails, it should automatically fail over to the other NAT instance. So what is highly available? You must understand what is highly available first. I'll tell you. First let me look here. What is highly available? If one NAT fails, still I need internet connection with help of other NAT. Then we say it is highly available. They might ask a question. So how do you make your NAT instance highly available? We need to have a couple of instances and we need to write some scripts. If one instance fails, it should fail over to other instance. That's what I'm saying. Who is responsible for high availability? We are responsible. It's not AWS. If one NAT instance fails, with help of scripts, we must fail over to the other NAT instance. We must fail over to the other NAT instance. So number one, maintenance is in our scope. Your AWS is not going to maintain it. So high availability is again our responsibility. What about performance? We should take care. Even performance, we are responsible for. We are responsible for. So this is kind of everything is on our head. So that's the reason people they won't prefer NAT instance. Okay, and even the performance depends on the size of instance we choose. Then we have general purpose T2 micro, right? So the performance depends on that size of instance actually. If you want more performance, probably we need to have bigger instances, kind of. So these are the things when we use NAT instance. NAT gateway. NAT gateway. So this is platform as a service, meaning your AWS provides this platform and your AWS is responsible for everything. Otherwise, people call it as a managed service. It is managed by your AWS. Take this point. NAT gateway is AWS managed service. NAT gateway is AWS managed service. AWS is responsible for maintenance. AWS is responsible for maintenance. Number two, AWS is responsible for high availability. AWS is responsible for high availability. So what AWS does is it creates replicas action. So whenever we create a NAT gateway, internally it maintains a duplicate copy. If one fails, it automatically fails to the other one. So AWS does those things for us. Even the performance. Point 3. Performance. So we get consistent performance even that is controlled by AWS. We get consistent performance which is again managed by AWS. You got the point? So those are the differences. So what people say is if there is a special case, you must go with only NAT, then only go with NAT. So otherwise, you always go with NAT gateway. Sorry, you always go with NAT gateway. If there is a special case where you need NAT instance itself, then only go with that. So otherwise, always prefer NAT gateway. Okay, next. Termination protection. So we are done with that. NAT instance, NAT gateway. Termination protection.
But I feel this NAT gateway is also another instance, right?
Kind of, but it's internal. We don't even see that.
Full of instance.
See, in case of NAT instance, we see that in this list.
Yeah.
But in case of NAT gateway, you won't see that. It's hidden from us. It's in the control of AWS itself. We call it as a managed service, AWS managed service. So termination protection. Why NAT gateway is configured in the route? So without putting NAT gateway in the route, how the traffic flow in that NAT gateway, right? The question is this one. So why NAT gateway is configured in the route? We modified routing table of private subnet. There we added one more route for NAT gateway or for NAT instance. If you don't put that route, then how traffic will flow in that route or in that gateway? We need to. So termination protection. How to terminate an instance? See, select this one, go there, terminate. Meaning you're deleting it. It will show for a while in the account saying terminated. After some time, it will disappear. Let's say I want to protect this accidental deletion. Or I don't want everyone to delete it, for example. There is a concept called as termination protection. Let Let me stop these things first. Lots of things running in my account. Let me terminate them first. Yeah. Okay, that's fine. So launch instance. Amazon AMI. So can you see this one? Enable termination protection. Even if you go and terminate, it won't let you to terminate. See, there is an instance. Even if I check this box, if I go and terminate that instance, it won't allow you to terminate. You have to modify this and then terminate. Understood that?
How do we modify it?
You can modify it from the settings, action, not now. See, we have to do this probably. Let me check. We have to do this probably when we launch an instance. Let's try one more. Okay, NAT demo. So, okay, so public subnet, public IP. I'm saying enable termination protection, add storage, add tags. Yeah, even I don't care security groups now. Okay, launch. So the other three terminated. We freshly created one which is spinning up. Let it come up. We enable protect. What is that?
Termination protection.
Yeah, we enable the checkbox, right? Now, if you want to terminate, you modify that, then you terminate. Otherwise, you cannot directly terminate. See, these instances have termination protection and will not be terminated. See, this option is disabled. So we need to enable that. We need to disable the termination protection, then you terminate. Change termination protection. There. Yes, disable. Now you can terminate it. Yes, you can. So that's termination protection. So next, this is again a question. So when I launch an EC2 instance, I want to run some scripts. The question is again, when we launch EC2 instance, I want to run a script. Let's say when I launch an EC2 instance, I want to run a script and I want to install a couple of softwares in that, like installing Apache, kind of. How to do that? First, take a question and I'll show it. When we launch EC2 instance, when we launch EC2 instance, we want to execute scripts. We want to execute scripts. How to achieve this? This is also asked in interview. They ask in interview. Want it done? Fine. So what I'm saying? Yeah. So let's go back and launch an instance for this. No, no, no. It's not. Why? Which question it is? No, it's not like a clustering concept. When I start a EC2 or when I launch a EC2, I want to install Apache server, for example. It's not clustering. I'm not clustering multiple instances here. So general purpose again. These things are fine. So let me have it in public subnet such that I can verify whether those scripts executed or not. So yeah, NAT demo enable. CloudWatch will talk later.
Do you want to choose public or private?
Yeah, public. The reason is
But you are choosing private.
oh, right. Yeah. Public, yeah. I want it in public. So enable public IP also because I want to ping, I want SSH and I want to see it. Say add storage. We'll be talking about different storage types, general purpose, provision, IOPS, magnetic later, tags, security group. I want this one, which allows all the traffic. Sorry. Get an option. Not finding it now. No, somewhere I've missed it. Let me go to the previous actually. Previous, previous, previous. Yeah, advanced details. So there is advanced details and the conflict instance. So in this case, we can put some shell scripts there. Or you can upload shell script also as a file, choose that file and upload it. Or as a text. See, script during launch. If you launch more than one instance at a time, the user data is available to all the instances. That's fine. Let's say I want to run this command, which installs Apache D. Sorry, it's HTTPD, right? HTTPD. So when you launch your instance, it executes this command and it will automatically install your HTTP. This is a simple command. If you want a quick script also, write that upload as a file. That will be used when your instance is launched. Yeah, it's running now. Let's fetch. Let us see if it install HTTPD, we must be having this one. Anyone remember that? Where only, right? Or
16.
is it under where only? Doesn't look like it executed that. Where www HTML. Maybe still initializing. Let's wait for some time. So where www/html, right? But that's a way to run scripts. So that's interview question for you. Still essentials. Okay, let it come up. So after this, so I want to talk about creating Amazon machine images. So we already have the Amazon machine image, right? When we launch the instance, we select one of the AMI. Similar to that, we also can have our own custom images. Let's say I want an image with Tomcat server. We can create a custom image and we can use it for launching new EC2 instances. Okay, it initialized now. But still I don't see. No, it's not installed. Let me check that. But that's where we put our commands. Probably I should not use sudo. Maybe. Yes, that's a mistake we did. We should not use sudo, just try yum install httpd. That should work. Try and let me know tomorrow. So next one. So creating Amazon machine images. Creating Amazon machine images. So creating Amazon machine images. See, there is an option called as image. Create an image. Kind of it creates a snapshot with all the softwares installed on that image. But anyways, it's terminated, the option is disabled.
What is the benefit of creating? Why do we need to create image?
So for example, you want Apache servers on 1000 nodes. One option, launch instances, then install Apache server on all 1000. The other option is create one instance, install Apache on that, create image of it, now replicate.
Can't we write any script to launch?
You can do it in different ways, but this is one option. So when I even say Amazon machine image, what it says? This image has Ruby, Java. What does that mean? They created one virtual machine. On top of it, they installed and they configured lots of softwares. Then they're creating it as image. If I create an image from that, even I will get the same set of softwares. Let's say, let's again create one instance. So this is what it says. It has Python, Ruby, Perl, and Java. The repositories include Docker, PHP, MySQL, Postgres, and other packages. That's what they did also. They created a VM, they installed and configured all these softwares on that, and from there, they are creating an image. So when I use this image, I automatically get all these softwares. Go with this. Now let's one more time try this script. Yum install HTTP. Add storage. Should I put that bash? Anyone remember the syntax? Anyone remember the syntax? That's fine. Yeah, I don't remember that. Okay, fine. This tells which interpreter to use for running your scripts actually. Again, that's Unix, Linux, so I'm not using this for this. Yum install HTTP. Add storage, tags, security groups. Sorry, man. These things I should. NAT demo, public, enable public IP. Yes, I need this. Next storage. Have changed your network settings. This will clear your security group. Okay. Okay. Tagging security group. Existing one. Yeah. You unlaunch. Shall I create it? We can have an instance with all of our softwares installed, configured. From there, we can create multiple copies using this image. And we can use that for launching EC2 instance also. Like we're choosing Amazon Linux. Similar to that, we can also create our own custom images. We can use them to launch, what is that? Our own instances. See this, there's option to creating. Before creating image, make sure what softwares you want in this image. So install all of them and you can create it. I want to ping and see one more time. Let's wait for that initialization. Oh, yes. Yes. Even I think we should give Y. Why? Because it will ask a question here. If you don't answer, it will be stuck. Maybe it may not again work. Okay, you can try those things. That should be fine. You can try those things. See, yes, this is important again. If you don't put this, it will ask a question. If you don't type yes, it won't proceed, right? So instead of asking a question and saying yes, I can directly put this minus y, which is option saying yes. It will not ask any questions. It will install automatically for us. Maybe. Now also it didn't work, but that's fine. You check it. You want that? Yeah, I can take this. M install httpd minus y. What he is doing is he's just creating a text. No, this there is a change in this one. Don't directly say HTML. HTML is a directory. Let me put it separately. This should be like this slash index.html. What it does now, it creates index.html. In that, it will put this content. Then we are starting the server. Service httpd start and check config httpd on. What is this on? Even if you restart your server, when you do restart, it automatically starts your httpd. That's what the last comment is. You can put this as a script. This will work. So fine. Let me do one thing. Let me manually do all those things. Okay. You can use the script file. Now, let's say I want to create my own custom image. I took a basic Amazon Linux image. On top of it, let's say I want completed. Start the server. Maybe sudo. Fine. And again. So what is this command doing? It's changing your configuration accordingly and for this HTTP. Meaning, if you remember services in Windows, you say how to start it, manual, automatic. Remember, I don't know how many. Even if I restart my EC2, when I do restart, the HTTPD will automatically start. That's the meaning of check config HTTPD on. So otherwise you have to manually log in and start it. I don't want that. Even if my system reboots, I want that service to be up automatically. Okay. So this is my EC2 instance. What it has now? It has HTTPD. Let's also put some content under this one. Echo DevOps, where HTML index.html is permission.
HTML.
Oh, sorry. Okay, let me add a sudo first. HTML. What is problem in this?
When it comes to the space in this.
And that's this one.
Yes.
Okay, not an issue. Where www HTML vi index.html. Correct? Let me put some HTML content there. Welcome to escape, save, quit. Sorry, man. It's asking for permissions. Okay, quit it. Let me do it again with sudo. Yeah. Right. Take this public IP. Go to your browser. Yes. We see this, right? If I create images on top of it, every image will have the same behavior. So now, this is Amazon machine image. On top of it, we are installing and configuring one Apache server. If I create image from this, even that new image is going to have the same Apache server and same content and all those things. Shall we try? Select this image, create an image. Image name. Again, you can choose this volume types there. Create image. Close it. Okay, we created an image, right? See now, whatever we created, right, that comes under this images. AMIs. This is a custom image. We can use this for launching EC2 instances, like your Amazon Linux image.
Instead of selecting any EC2 AMI, we can go directly to image and we can
Launch it, yes. Let's say you want 1,000 servers with Apache D. It's easy. Create one image like this. From there, choose 1,000 instances, let's say, launch it.
and how to do it with script for all the instead of creating this image.
So why you want to do it script? Automation you're talking about? Need to check. Using cloud formation, I think we can do it. Cloud formation is there, we can do it using that. So anyways, that's all for today. So that is your Amazon machine image.
But instead of, if I don't want this Ruby, Java, and all, I only a Apache. So you also mentioned that we can create without choosing.
We need to search for existing AMIs,
Yeah.
which doesn't have all those things. We need just plain OS. Search for that. On top of it, you decide what softwares you want.
That probably might be costing.
May or may not. We need to check whether it's in free tier or not.
By default, it comes with like